Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo. You're here with Samurai Man, and today we have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 LARP Turtles live action roleplay. So these have been ones I've been wanting for a while now. Finally managed to find all four of them. I found Leo and Raph first, and then a couple weeks later, finally Target started restocking, and I found Mikey and Donny. So awesome! We got all four of them now, and they look awesome. I'm really glad to own them. They're really cool. They're actually featured in an episode, which is cool. So let's get down to brass tacks. So we have Mikey the Elf, Leo the Knight, Raph the Barbarian, and Donny the Wizard. We'll go ahead and take a look at these guys individually and move on from there. So to start off with, the differences between this and a normal Leo is it's got a cape, it's got this weird belt thing, it's got a nice armor guards on the, I guess, forearms. It's got this sword, it's a katana that's a little modified. It's got a nice little shield that's made out of a trash can lid. That's creative. And it's got this helmet and cape. So each individual figure does come with a removable helmet piece. They are all removable and they all come with their own individual one. So that's cool. And this one, it's made out of a, I want to say tomato sauce container. That's what it said in the description. You just paint it blue, added on these, I don't know, I can't remember what they're called. They're like rulers, but those 90-degree rulers for graphing and stuff. And I don't know, he attached those on. I don't remember what they're called, but he's got that. They each have this little, well, his is a little bigger, but they have a little gap in the back, so that way their knot doesn't get caught with the bandana. So that's nice, and then I think you can remove the cape if you pop the head off. Let's see. Ay, there we go. So his head does remove. And can't take off the cape. There's no point to, it's just bare green plastic, but just something to point out, you can take off the cape. And then bam, put this helmet back on, and yeah, guys. Here it goes. So, just put this back on. Nice. Snugly. Back you go. There we go. It's a really tight squeeze. Then we'll go ahead and put on the helmet. There we go. Just kind of line up the way you want it so you can see his eyes. There we go. Nicely peering through. And you can see, oops. It does like to fall off pretty easily. I mean, the cape kind of gets in the way in the back or on the sides. But yeah, that's not too bad though. So, just gotta fiddle with it and it'll stay eventually. There you go. So these shoulder pads are blue, but they're actually supposed to be red because there's supposed to be a stop sign. You can kind of see it says stop on both sides. Kind of just cut in half, but that is there. I just want to point out the head is a different mold from the actual battle shell ones. So it does have, they all do have new fresh head molds, which is cool. And then the sword is also just this basic katana. It's just now got some pieces attached, I don't know, wood. Make it a little more like a medieval knight sword. Then we got this nice shield, which is cool. I like that. Some nice little armaments. And then the cape is just a little, I guess, blanket. It's got this rubber ducky kind of looking thing going on pattern. So that's cool, articulation-wise. Can bring them out and up in the shoulder. You can bend it at the elbow. And then wrist rotation, which is very nice. And also elbow rotation. So a good amount of articulation. I really like the elbows on these guys. They're not so limited. I feel like some of the figures have really limited elbows, but they did a good job with the LARP ones. They got them right this time and made them not so limited. As you saw before, he has a ball joint on the head, but it's kind of hard to get it up and down, but it does rotate. And then thighs can go that classic outward if you turn them, and then turn them again, then go up and down. Kind of hindered by all the junk in the way, but it's there. Rotation at the knee and a bend at the knee. Again, kind of limited. Kind of loose, as you can see. This one's really loose, but that doesn't stop him from doing a nice pose. The weight, on the other hand, does. He is a bit weighty. Let's see. I can't get him in something. He wants to fall over. Back heavy. Oh no, I can't get up. But he can do something. I'm sure you can find a way. Just put the helmet back on and ready for battle. Whirr. So here we have the LARP Leo with the Battle Shell Leo. And you can see it's mostly just a remolding, but the heads are different. You can see his head's actually a lot bigger. It's thicker, which is interesting. I don't think the other pieces are different sizes. I think it's just retooled. So it's interesting that they made the head a lot bigger. And you can see the face is definitely making a different impression. His battle shell face is like, roar, and his LARP face is like, heh. So, nice. Yeah, it's interesting that his head is really that big. Can't just put this up here, but it's really big, because again, that head's big, so this one's going to be huge on him. But there you have it. Not bad at all. Now here we have Raphael the Barbarian, Raph the Barbarian, and he is really nice looking. He's got this, I guess it's supposed to be a shag rug. That's what he's using for his costume. And he's got these nice black belts going around. Nice molding onto it. And then it's a little limited in the legs just because of the shag rug's really thick. And the arms are a bit awkward too, but you can get some decent posability out of them. I really like the axe. It looks really cool. I don't know what it's made out of, but it looks real, so works for me. It looks like a butcher's knife that they just put on a stick, but it's nice. No storage for any of these guys that I just realized, but yeah, whatever. I do wish they painted the shell a different color, because this color of the shell matches the front, and it should be like more of a brown. But it's whatever. Again, he's got that slit here, so we can put his bandana. It's wafting in the wind. And his horns are really crooked. That's just molded in that way. It's not actually... I thought you could move them at first, but you can't. They're just molded in crooked. I don't know why one's red and one's not, but yeah. It is using a spaghetti strainer as the helmet that was in the description, so that's how he did that. The skull is just a nice little touch. I like that. That just makes him look tough. Tough guy Raph, for sure. Can't take it off, and again, he's got a different expression once I show off both of them, but it is removable. And this is all one chunk. As you can see, it's not like the cape with Leo. It is just all one solid chunk of plastic. This is the most remolded part of him. I think the arms and legs, obviously these shag rug bits are also, but the arms and legs are for the most part they're the same. I mean, with articulation wise, again, that ball jointed head, kind of hard to move it up and down, but it does rotate. And then the shoulders can come, even though it's got all this going on, it does still come out. And then you can rotate the elbow, kind of. This junk gets in the way, but it's doable. I've done it. And you can bring them up and down. Let's see. Actually, do I think I have them backwards? Do I? It looks like I have them on backwards. Let me see. Or maybe it was... oh, never mind. I think they attached it on themselves backwards. There we go. Huh. I think they just, placed it on backwards when they were manufacturing it, because you need this bigger gap here so you get some better elbow movement. So yeah, there we go. Fixed it. Ta-da! But there you go. Rotation at the wrist, rotation at the elbow, bend at the elbow, bring up the shoulders, all that. Thighs can go kind of up and back. The junk does kind of get in the way. We can bring it kind of side to side. Junk gets in the way. Again, bend it at the knee. I mean, maybe you can get something out of this. It's kind of like a crouching pose, like I'm gonna get you. What was that? What did they say in Lord of the Rings? He's like 27, 28. And then Legolas is like 61, 62. And he's just like, that one was mine. Something like that. I don't remember. They were counting off all the orcs they were killing. And as you see, Barbarian Raph is heavily retooled from the Battle Shell Raph. There's a lot of differences with him. His whole body is different and molded. It's all one solid piece. His arms are about the same, just with the difference of the shagness of the rug and all that. And same with the knees. I think the articulation's about the same for that. Heads are obviously different. His is way bigger. Again, I don't know why it's so much bigger, but the expression is also a little different. So I like that. I can appreciate that. And again, you can take his little helmet and put it on, whoops, this Raph. But it's going to look funny. It's way too big for him. I mean, yeah, no, it's too big. It's so big, it's funny. It's a joke. It's a joke. So here we have Donny, the wizard, and I really like this guy. He was probably the one I was anticipating the most, just because wizards are awesome. I don't know, I'm a wizard guy. But I like the scepter. I think it's supposed to be a snow globe that's making the sphere, power source. I don't know what you'd call that on a scepter, but yeah, it's making that up. And I think the staff is just supposed to be like his normal staff. It's not the same, but for at least the toy version. But I think in the show, this is supposed to be just his staff. This is supposed to be like just a robe, nothing special, just like a bathrobe, I guess. It's got a nice star pattern on it, which is cool. I do like that. You can kind of see it, but there's a star pattern going along. It's got a hoodie also, just because it's a robe. And I wouldn't mind if they had made this the actual hood also. Like, either or is good. I think this is cool, though. But it's all molded in plastic, a hard plastic, so this robe doesn't move at all. So he is probably the most limited of the bunch in his articulation. His arms are also really limited also because they're made of that hard plastic as well. So his arms they can rotate, and then they can go up and down. If I could find the joint. Where is it? There you go. Kind of up and down, like that. And then he can rotate at the forearms, and that's about it. And then the legs, the thighs go up, and they can kind of go out. But again, these robes get a lot in the way. The knees can bend, but oops, I'm rotating this leg all awkward. There we go. So you can rotate them at the knees and bend them, as you can see. I'm having like weird stuff going on, but yeah, you can't really get quite as much of a pose out of them. It's just a lot more limited. But he's the wizard guy. Wizards are known for their intense poses, unless you're Gandalf. That's the exception. So they're mostly known for just like standing there looking powerful and then just fireball. So that's what that's about. Again, you can take off the hat piece, and it's got this nice beard, like mustache attachment onto it, which is really awesome. I really like that. You can see his head right there. And again, you can just like slip it around. What I do is I come around from the back, because the thing is the beard. It's kind of hard to get the beard and all that around his bandana. So kind of come around from the back like that, and then just like put it right there, and nice. It lines up very well. Like the mustache looks like a legit mustache, and the beard looks like it's his actual beard. So that's cool. I like that. You shall not pass. So we have the Battle Shell Donny and the LARP Donny, and you can see again with the minor exception of like the paint being a little different, and then the coat obviously is getting a lot in the way. This one has a bit more retooling just because of the arms and this coat and everything, but I think the legs are pretty much exactly the same. As you can see, there's really not that much difference with them. Head's completely different. And then the design of the chest is pretty much the same. It's just, again, this robe is just, the body is the robe. It's not just an accessory like with the cape and everything. So there's that. Again, different face mold, which I do like. And again, you can see the staff is a lot different. So cool. I like that they're just not cheaping out and using the same stuff over and over. They are making differences where they can. And now we have Mikey the elf. I think he's like the thief elf or elf thief. I think it's the elf thief. That sounds a little better. There you go. He's got his nice little orange coat going on. He kind of looks like a Santa's elf or something, or like a keyboard elf. But nice. He's got kind of like a Krispy Kreme's hat here, and then he's got these funny little elf ears attached. I just think that looks funny, just having the elf ears with his rest of his face. It just looks hilarious. I love it. Kind of got like a Peter Pan or like Robin Hood thing going on with this little feather, but I like it. He's got his nice bow. It's kind of loose here, so you can kind of pretend like you're using it just and slowly, slow motion, since slow motion. So yeah, there's that. The arrows are not removable. They're all just molded in there in the quiver. The quiver is not removable either. That's just kind of just staying there. But I do like the joints on him. I feel like this is what they should have done for all of them. Kind of make them a little smaller, because there's not that much junk in the way now when you can rotate him a little better. So we can rotate it at the shoulder, and then up and down at the shoulder, rotation at the elbow, bend at the elbow, rotation at the wrist. I think he has the best articulation of the bunch. Then bring back the leg, bring it forward, rotate it out, bend at the knee. Yeah, I think he has the least kibble in the way, so he can definitely, I think, handle the most poses. So we have Battle Shell Mikey, and he's a bit shorter. Again, they use a different body, obviously, because his whole body is that elf gear looking thing, but they still got the bump in the shell, which is cool. And then instead of having obviously different weapons just like with the rest, and his head is again smaller with a different face on it, different expression, so that's cool. You could probably fit his the best just because the hat just sits there, you know, it's not really hooking on or anything, it just sits there. That just looks even more funny, I think. I don't know, I like that. But overall, I love these guys. The comparisons just look hilarious. I love them. LARPing it up. They're going to bring LARPing back. I'll tell you right now, they're bringing it back. I haven't seen LARPing since Role Models. So, the Turtles, they're bringing it back. LARPing. Go get your gear going. So overall, these are really awesome. I'm glad I got them. I'm glad they exist. I think they're just fun additions to the set. I don't think they're necessary for a Ninja Turtles collection, but I think they're fun to have. I like the variations. I've got, so far, 3 2012 sets. I didn't feel the need to get the goo ones or the stealth ones or all that, but these ones, the Battle Shell, and obviously the first, wave of ones that came out before the show, those are, I say, the best ones for the show so far. And I really like them. I say, if you can get them, get them. I mean, they're only like $9, so I say if you're a Ninja Turtle fan and you like 2012 series, get these guys. They're awesome. They're fun. They look great. I mean, it's just, I love the concept of LARPing for them. That just works for me. Tickles my Lord of the Rings joy and my Ninja Turtle joy all in one. Cool. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please, if you would, comment, like, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Always enjoy hearing from you guys. Also, don't forget to follow me on Tumblr at Mecation, as well as Twitter at Mecation, and Instagram at Mechas of Ironheart. You can find all my pictures, recent purchases, what's coming out, who's making what, all that good stuff, and more. And anyways, guys, until next time, have a great day!